Hello everyone, it is Mike here, and welcome to another tournament. We got it's Iron Taylor versus Bryan. This is going to be a good one, 15 versus 15. As they're eliminated, I will tell you what team they're from. And I'm telling you, both of these teams are stacked. And whoever wins this is going to the Final Four. So it's a big deal. I got two really good teams here, and we're kicking things off with Myers at number 1. So this is the last person that you want to see, but it may be good that he's number 1 for whoever's team he's not on. But Myers is extremely dangerous, and we've seen some weird stuff out of him too, like some weird glitches and stuff. And we'll see who number 2 is. And it is Bagul. So wow, this is a cool horror matchup between Myers versus Bagul. And Bagul, he's not as famous. A lot of people said, is he from Slipknot? Well, he kind of looks like it. I can see it. He looks like the one member. So, forget which one. Because they've had so many different masks and stuff. But he does look like one of them. I want to... Maybe they're thinking Joey Jordison. Maybe that's who they're thinking. I don't know. It could be another guy in the band, too. I'm trying to think of which mask looks closest to Bagul. I can see what they mean by saying that. And, you know, Bagul's not great, but his movie is. I like the first Sinister. I never watched the second. And Lord Zed is number 3. So we got Zed in the house. So, starting off with some great villains. And there is going to be a lot of those in here. And number 4 is Daryl Dixon. So we got Daryl Dixon here from The Walking Dead. I love The Walking Dead. It's pretty good. But it kind of, toward the end there, got kind of really, I don't know, it got kind of lame. You know, Negan was the best part of the show. And, of course, the governor was kind of cool while they had him on there. But after Negan left, it kind of really went down the drain. He never technically left, but once he became a good guy, kind of, or an anti-hero, it kind of got a little bit lame. And Talking Tom is number 5. He is from an app. And, of course, I remember Talking Tom. It's been a while. That was when the iPod Touch was out. I don't know why people remember him, but maybe he's still around. I don't know. Maybe he's still an app or something. And Myers is going to be a loss for Bryan. So Bryan's first loss tonight. So we'll see what happens. Harry Wharton's number 6 from My Bloody Valentine. Love that movie. Never gets old. Love that character design. Love everything about him. He's a pretty awesome character. Seven's Jack Reacher, and I have an update about this one. So, because Jack Reacher's like a big show right now, I do have an update about it. I have seen season 1, and I did like it until the season finale. Season finale was horrible. One of the worst season finales I've ever seen in my life. It was one of the worst season finales of all time. And throughout the show, there's a guy that, you know, that is behind some of the deaths in the show, and you're wondering who it is, or if he's someone off screen you haven't seen. And then when they reveal who it is, it's like, oh my goodness. That was like maybe one of the worst reveals I've ever seen. But otherwise, the show's still fun. It's just, it really ended badly. And I haven't watched season 2 because I still cannot get that finale out of my head. It was really bad. And, you know, leading up to it, it was really good. So that's even more disappointing. That makes it worse, because if the show was bad consistently, that would be okay. But it wasn't. And Jack Reacher's been eliminated, so it's going to be a loss for Bryan. And we got MJ Thriller. They always have the werewolf face. So yeah, this is gonna make number 11 that we've done, and we still have 12, 13, 14, 15 to go. So we still have a little ways to go still until this is done. But it gets really intense around this time, because you know, I start having to put people on certain accounts, and you know, I have to do a little bit more work, which is okay. But you know, Bagul's been eliminated, so Bagul is finished. And that's going to be a loss for Iron Taylor. So his first loss of the night. Myers is still in. Well, no, Myers is one of the first ones out, wasn't he? Yeah. Wow, that was kind of crazy. So Lord Zed's right now number 3. We got Ash in the house. And also, I have changed the momentum up because I got tired of 28 minutes. So we're gonna see how this goes. I put it on slow. It was on normal. And sometimes we were getting really good ones at 31, but then we had like a 26 minute. And that's very disappointing. And Freddie's number 11. And I love that Freddie. I've talked about that Freddie so much. One of the best ones I've seen. Ever. And shout outs to all these people that, do these creations. They do a wonderful job. And make sure you download them. Show these creators some support. They always need it. It helps them out too. And Harry Warden is done. They actually had some of the creators, talk about this. They've seen their creations and stuff, and that's cool. That's awesome. And Harry Warden is finished, so another loss for Bryan. And Talking Tom, wow. Talking Tom's still alive. I remember that app. That app was really weird. It was a real weird app that was like on the iPod Touch. It's probably still around. I doubt if they got rid of it. But basically, I think you would put stuff in or say something, and then he would say it or something. I forget. It's been a long time. There was all kinds of weird apps back in the day. And Daryl is finished. I'll tell you the weirdest thing. Daryl's going to be a loss for Iron, and Ash has been eliminated also. So Ash is going to be a loss for Iron also. So about a tie now, but I'll tell you the weirdest app I've ever seen. And it was genius. It was a genius app. It was basically a Samuel L. Jackson soundboard. And you click the buttons on the soundboard, and he would curse. It was the weirdest thing I've ever bought. And there was a light version. There was a light version, and then there was a paid version. The light version didn't cost any money, and he wouldn't cuss. The one that cost like $2, he would say all this explicit stuff. It was really bad, and it got really funny because people were getting the apps and saying it and pressing the buttons at school. So, and Samuel L. Jackson was really big around then. And he even had like a book. It was like a kid's book. Go to the you-know-what to sleep. So, I don't know if you knew that about him. He has a kid. It's like a bedtime story, but it has a bunch of cussing in it. So, yeah, I had that book also. And Talking Tom is finished. So, Iron's lost another one there. And I've already circled his from the last matchup, so I got to mark him out this time. So it's a little bit harder to keep track of that. And we got Bronson in the house. Charlie Bronson. Everybody's favorite. That movie is so crazy. I don't think I could watch it again. It's a little too crazy for me. Bronson with Tom Hardy, which I think Tom Hardy is a great actor. I mean, he's fantastic, but he definitely lost his mind doing that role. He had to be crazy, because if you don't know the whole backstory on Bronson, I don't have all day to talk about it, but he's a prisoner, and it's a real life prison. And if you ever want to, look up something interesting, look up his life story. So he spent I think at least 18 years in solitary confinement, which is crazy. And we got Hookman. Lame. But I did actually hear from the person that made him. So, did a good job. He can't save the character, though. The character's lame. But, I mean, he did a good job with the how he made it. I can't stand Lester. I cannot stand him. Get him out of here. I think Bronson's got to get him out of here. Oh, there goes Piccolo. I didn't even notice him. And oh my goodness, RoboCop's going to destroy. You know he is just capable of doing this. He is one of the best. Trying to see where old Piccolo stands, where he was at. Bryan. So, loss for Bryan. Oh, there goes MJ. So MJ's, oh my goodness, what he done too. Oh my goodness. Everyone's just flying out of here. And so let me see who's at, okay, so one loss there for Bryan. Trying to keep track. How I have this laid out is just terrible. And Woody, I think, is a loss for Iron. Yeah, so it's pretty even still. And we got Chucky here. And the Hookman is finished. And like I said, whoever made him did a great job. I've actually seen that guy on here. But I still don't, I Know What You Did Last Summer. I don't want to watch that ever again. I do not like that movie. But still, he's part of the tournament. And that's a loss for Bryan. Him and Lester pretty lame. But still good job. And glad to have him on here. He's always just another person, another body to fill up a tournament. So I put people in here I don't like. I dealt with the conductor. If I can deal with the conductor, I can deal with anyone. Okay? That's the rule. And Bronson is finished. Another loss for Bryan. So yeah, Bronson going home. I'm interested to see how good Robo does in this. I'm really interested to see how good he's going to do, because he's been excellent. I think he was good in the last matchup. And Dexter's number 20. Dexter Morgan. I always have to say it like John Lithgow does when he walks in his... That's one of the most intense moments in that show. Oh my goodness. He walks in his job and goes like, "Hello, Dexter Morgan." You have to just see that scene. I mean, season 4 of Dexter is the greatest season of television of all time. Like literally all time. Better than any season of Game of Thrones, better than probably any season of Breaking Bad. I think season 4 of Dexter is the perfect season of all time. It's just, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Breaking Bad has one season that might be better, but just season 4 of Dexter, they did it so well that after they did it, the show was never as great. That's how good they did that season. It's one of the greatest seasons in television. So I highly recommend it, especially if you've never seen Dexter. You need to at least watch the first 4 seasons. After that, I think it just gets worse from then on out. And season 8 is not good. And then they bring it back, and I don't know how I feel about that one either. And Lester is finished. Loss for Bryan. I don't like Lester or Lamar. They're always calling me. They never leave me alone. And they're annoying. They're not good characters either. They're lame GTA characters. Franklin's awesome. I like Franklin. I like Michael. I think Trevor's too crazy. And I know I've had some heat over that. And people say, oh, he's the greatest. And he is a great character, but he's just, I cannot like him. He's just too crazy for me. And I like crazy people. But he goes above and beyond. And Freddie is going to be a loss for Iron Taylor. And there goes Willie. Yeah, I knew Willie wasn't going to make it that long. And that's going to be a loss for Bryan. That's one of the easiest ones to spot on my list because it's a W. And Martin Crane is 22, and I think he was the one that had a really good tournament win. I believe I may have got, it's either him or Niles. It was one of the two. Had a really good win in the first round. I think it was him. I was pretty sure it's him. It was like a crazy win that nobody expected. So we'll see how good he does tonight. I mean, and number 23 is Count Doo-Doo, who is a load of crap. He's a load of doo-doo. I mean, the actor's good, don't get me wrong. Just as a Sith, it's like he's just an old guy. It's not like Darth Maul, who has all these horns on his head, or Darth Vader, who's all burned up with half machine, half man. I mean, that's pretty awesome stuff. It's all, the villains have to have great designs. And he's just so generic. That's why I don't like him. I don't like his curved lightsaber either. Look at my curved lightsaber. You went from a double-sided saber to a curved saber. You know, Darth Maul set the bar. And nobody can be, I still think he has the best one. I like Mace Windu's purple saber. I will say that. And Chucky is gone. So a loss for Bryan. got Agent Smith, Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson. 25's Rick. I'll tell you a funny story about Rick. For a while there, I didn't like Rick until he left the show. And then I realized how much the show needed him. And I was always like a Rick hater, and Crane's done. So, yeah, I used to be a Rick hater, but he's a great actor. You gotta give him props for his acting. I was just a hater. I could not stand Carl either. And Crane's gonna be a loss for Bryan. So Bryan's getting down to the end here. I don't know how it's going. I mean, it looks like so far it's... I don't know if it's a little bit slower than usual. It's too hard to tell yet. Got the Leprechaun, me rumble. And Venom going after him. Yeah, so, yeah, Rick Ryan, I mean, the guy that plays him, Andrew Lincoln. I mean, when I can remember an actor's name from TV, you know they're a good actor. Or they're iconic, one of the two. But Andrew Lincoln's just a phenomenal actor. He's phenomenal. And he was so great in that show, but I loved hating him. Him and his dumb son. I could not stand Carl. Carl was the worst. I never... one time he got a character killed, and I never forgave him for it. And look at Jiren here. We got Jiren in the house. RoboCop's still in this, I'm telling you. He is a very good pick. I think he's on Team Iron Taylor. Yeah, he is. And he's a great pick. He is a great pick. And we'll see how good he can do. Venom's going after him. Oh my goodness, and Leprechaun, we knew that was going to happen eventually. Because he does not have the luck of the Irish when it comes to this. That is for sure. And that is going to be a loss for Iron. And I believe I missed one. I missed Lord Zed for Bryan. So Bryan might actually have less than I thought. And RoboCop takes down Venom. So Venom is finished. And that's another loss for Bryan. So it's looking good now for Team Iron here. Wow. It's went into a landslide, kind of. Because according to this, Bryan only has 2 left. They're both here already. We're not even to number 30. We got the Terminator at 28. So this is going to be interesting. All Bryan has is, he has Jiren and he has Bonnie, which are 2 really good ones to have. But can they make it? And Stan is here. Stan the man. 29. Stan Marsh. I think he's my favorite of the 4. Well, I don't know. I like Kenny a lot. I think he's the most logical of the 4. And wow, Stan. I thought he was going to get eliminated. And look at RoboCop here. Going after Bonnie, has Bonnie. So Bonnie's eliminated. And that means Brian's just got Jiren. That rhymed. Wow, I'm an MC now. MC Mike in the house. Bryan just has Jiren. That's all he's got. And it's not looking good. It's looking really good for Iron here. And I don't know how this is going to end. I still don't know who number 30 is going to be. Actually, I think I do. It's the only one that has not... Okay, I see the list, so there's only one that I haven't seen. On Team Iron. So Team Iron's got number 30. And all Bryan has left is Jiren. And, oh my goodness, what a landslide. So 2K really hurt Bryan there. And Bryan has been eliminated from the tournament. And Iron will go to the Final Four. And he's got a really good team, and the game definitely favored him. Because he's got like 7 people left. So this was almost as bad as what happened to Marcus. I think Marcus' situation was even worse, but this was still pretty bad. I like competition. I don't like when things are a landslide. It kind of stinks, but sometimes that's how it is. Jimmy Carr's finished. He was number 30, which I didn't think he would go that far. Even at number 30, I didn't think he would survive this. And that's a loss for Iron. And of course, Iron's already won. So it doesn't matter who wins this thing. But I'm rooting for RoboCop. I'm hoping and praying that he wins. Because he's amazing. And for every year, different people are amazing. And the fact that he's still in this thing after this whole time, that's pretty awesome. And Rick going after Robo. Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck lifting him out. Good luck. You're going to need it. Man's made of steel or metal or whatever. And Count Doodoo still in it as well. We got a bunch of movie characters. Except for Stan and Rick. And Iron's got a bunch on his team, and they're really good. He's got a really solid team, and I wonder if he can make it all the way with this team. Because he's definitely going to the Final Four. That's already been determined. But there is some good competition, and you never know when 2K is going to go after you and destroy you like it did Bryan tonight. Oh man, Terminator and the RoboCop battling it out. And Count Doodoo is done. So we are down to 5. And that just shows you how good this team did. And I'm telling you, it seems, since I put it on slow momentum, it seems like it's taking a little bit longer than usual. It didn't at first seem that way. But toward the end here, it has seemed that way. So I don't know. We'll see at the end how long it takes. And, you know, I usually like to, if we count the entrances, if we count the end, the perfect time is 30 to 35. If we go a little over, a little under that, that's perfectly fine also. But that's the perfect time. If I can get it between that mark by the end. So we'll see what happens. And uh-oh. Rick's in trouble. Oh my goodness, terrorizing everyone, Robo is. And Smith is finished. So we are down to 4. I wonder what the final 2 is going to be. We are down to 4. And Rick is in trouble. And Stan has been... I knew he wasn't going to make it. I wonder how Rick's going to... Oh, I would love... There's a final 2 I would love to see. And please get rid of Rick, because I want to see it. But the fact that Rick's doing pretty good. Oh, we definitely got to see that final 2. If you know what I'm talking about. You all know what I'm talking about. And Rick, oh, he missed. He missed the kick. He tried to do it. He tried to, I'm telling you, he's the one to beat right now. And look at the double team here. It's going to take a double team. And Rick, still hanging on for life. Still alive somehow. And there goes Rick. So, yes, we're going to get this final 2. It's absolutely what I wanted. Wow. Machine versus machine. Let's do this. I know Robo's still got some human left in him, but I'm rooting for Robo 100%. Because he is, and if he wins, it'll be the record for this year. Because I believe he was number 8, so that's crazy. And uh-oh, he's dragging Terminator to the ropes. Can he get him? It's going to be one of these two. What a showdown. We would love to see this. Everybody, this is like a fan fiction for everyone. It is like fan fiction for them. Because they would love to see it. They would love to see these two fight. And I think they can on Mortal Kombat. But, I mean, movie-wise. It'd be cool movie-wise. There's so many crazy franchises that you could combine that would be crazy. And this is definitely one of them. It's that rated R science fiction with robotics and And, yeah, RoboCop's about. He's exhausted. But this is definitely one of his best performances, and he did it. Oh, my goodness. Number 8, I believe. I think it was number 8. So that is a record for this year, and Iron Taylor did a wonderful job, and you got to give this team credit. This team is amazing, and we're going to see them in the Final Four. And I can go ahead and tell you, RoboCop, go ahead and point, because you're going. You're going to WrestleMania. I hope you enjoy it. You deserve it. You deserve it. And you know what? I really can't stand the guys that killed him. I cannot get over that. I mean, talk about an overkill. That has to be the worst overkill of all time. But anyway, he's going to WrestleMania. So, congratulations to Iron Taylor. Wonderful victory, and one of the best performances we have seen yet. It is the best performance this year. And number 8, that is historic. And he survived that long, and it looks like it went a little longer than usual. So that's good. We're going to keep it this way. We've had a couple of them just fly by too fast. And this one, I think, is going to end up a little bit over, but that's fine. That's fine. It's not too much, and it's perfect. And I thought it ended perfectly too, and overall was a great one. So I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you all later. And RoboCop, you're going to WrestleMania.